Knots, Para, and Funny Game. These creators have been massively influential on the creating scene, and their levels are not just visually appealing, but they also brought a breath of fresh air to Geometry Dash levels. However, when you look at the feature tab nowadays, do a lot of the levels just look samey to you? You wouldn't be alone in thinking so. People have complained about generic levels for most of the game's lifespan. Why is this the case? What are these creators doing to make their levels feel so new, and could you possibly do the same? Well, it all stems from one simple idea, and that is inspiration. You see, inspiration will help you stay organized and make a cohesive level that's based around a specific idea. It can also help you form level ideas, but that's not as common. This is because once you have a level idea, you can get inspiration tailored to it instead of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. The more tangible ideas you have, the better the end result will be. You'll simply have more options to choose from when starting your level. There are many ways to generate ideas, some better than others. You can sit down and think until ideas pop into your head, although that's unreliable when compared to a technique you're probably already familiar with, brainstorming. Brainstorming is a fantastic method. You ask other people specific questions to generate ideas. Try to ask open-ended questions, one starting with who, why, what, and how, instead of yes or no questions. When brainstorming, any ideas are good ideas. Don't discourage others from contributing at all. If you want a more advanced brainstorm, try the scamper method. You take an idea or two and do one of these things. You can substitute something, combine many ideas, adapt old ones for a new level, modify an existing level, take an idea you've already made and put it into another use, eliminate part of an idea, or rearrange some existing idea by doing the inverse for it. For example, Overdefo's levels take the design genre and combine it into a more avant-garde building convention. Once you form an idea, it's finally time for some inspiration. This is the crucial stage in which separates people like Funny Game from most creators. What people most do when looking for inspiration is to play GD levels and get ideas from inside the game. This is helpful as a new creator when you aren't experienced, however, this becomes unsustainable as you borrow more elements from other levels, being unable to make something without knowing the exact objects it uses. There is an even better method of referencing other works into your own, and it's so simple that it kind of feels obvious. Every creator who's brought something new into the game has been inspired, not just from Geometry Dash levels, but more of what's outside of the game itself. Whether this be video games, outside art, or just going outside, there's just far more content outside than there is inside the game. The more varied your inspiration is, the more original your levels will be, and as such, it's best to use outside content for inspiration. This works best with more editor experience as you get into that habit once you're more comfortable with the editor. Now then, let's take a step back and notice the prominent creators that I mentioned at the start of the video. Knots, Para, and Funny Game. Knots' levels were novel because at the time, few people made motion graphics or Kyrgyzstan style art in the game. Levels like Event Horizon, Rush Hour hadn't been made with that sort of quality before, which made Knots very influential on the creating scene. When it comes to influence, however, it's hard to think of people as revolutionary as Funny Game. His levels use outside inspiration, just like Knots. In his 1.9 heyday, most people simply use the game's assets as is, without modifying them as much. Funny Game used outside inspiration to make custom art, something that was completely novel at the time. Para popularized an entire style of visual effects which once again originated outside of the game. Rapidly flashing motion graphics have been a trend for ages, however he adapted it into Geometry Dash in an interesting way. This, as a result, helped the success of levels like Cold Sweat and Klutz, and spawned an entire genre of creators who made similar things. So this begs the question, how do you currently get inspired? Do you look inside the game for existing content, or search outside it to find something new? Join our Discord server to discuss this, and feel free to say your thoughts in the comments as well.